Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Let me fix my camera. There we go. Good afternoon. Tis Saturday afternoon. Hey, Linda. Good afternoon, beautiful. Good afternoon. Hey, Renee. How are you? Good afternoon. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. It's not as hot today as it has been some other days. I'm very grateful for that because it has been disrespectfully hot. I'm not sure where you guys are, but we get a lot of humidity where I am. And the humidity I don't like. I can handle heat. It's the humidity that's disrespectful. The humidity. Hey, Man of Fire, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I hope you had a great Saturday. Look, it happened so fast. I don't know whose idea it was to work 5 off 2. Should have been the opposite. Work 2 off 5 to get paid for 7. Listen, that would have been ideal. Hey, Lori. Hey, beautiful. How are you? Yeah, that humidity. It's summertime. I told folks to enjoy fall and winter because it was going to get disrespectful if they didn't. It was going to get disrespectful if they didn't. Now, hold on. I want to bring this back because we're going to have another discussion this afternoon about... let me pause this. Another discussion this afternoon about this whole immigration thing that's going crazy because I've got some more news that I've been reading. I mean, this is nuts what we're dealing with. But it's the direct result of, it's not just one thing, but one of it is the other side, meaning Republicans, they're always going to create an enemy out of somebody. And when they're done vilifying the group that they're vilifying now, which is the Hispanic American population, they'll move on to another group. Understand, they're never going to be done finding a group to attack. Because remember, they always have to make you fear something. Because if you don't fear it, they can't control you. So they have to control you by making you think somebody's coming for your job, or they're coming for your house, or your car, or your money. You see, there's always this thing that they want to create. Hey, Sinopa, good afternoon, beautiful. Yeah, you're right. It is because they're drifters, but they have to do that to keep the people locked in, you know? So you always have to look over your shoulder. They're coming to get you. If you just go and turn on Fox News for 3 minutes, you'll see they create mass hysteria for these people and this constant mindset that somebody's coming for them. And me personally, I can't imagine living a life where I always think somebody's coming for me. That shit has to be miserable. Do you understand? This thought that at any moment, somebody's going to come take something from me. Okay. All right. If y'all say so. That's all I can say to that. Because I don't understand it otherwise. Hey, listen. Them red states is getting popped. You see what's happening in Texas. Hey, Living Life. Good afternoon. You know, so I look at all of this and I go, the Republicans... They put themselves in a situation. What did I tell you before? The dog caught the car, right? They either had to pass this legislation or they had to lie to the Republican voter that they've been just shoveling shit to them the whole time, right? So now they've passed the laws, right? So now they're going to shovel more shit to them because I don't want to take responsibility as your elected official for why I took away your health insurance or your food assistance, right? Because that would make me cold fucking hearted. And I don't want you to think I'm cold hearted even though I am. So I'm going to distract you to look over there and go, well, the only reason why you feel that way is because of liberals. And had liberals never given you those things, they ain't going to say it like this, but I'm telling you what they're saying without saying it. You wouldn't feel that way if liberals never helped you before. Had they just let you stay poor and destitute and needy for things to begin with, well, I wouldn't have had to take it from you. But I had to take it from you because, frankly, well, you won't be thirsty and desperate for anything that me and my rich, crony, powerful friends give to you. That's what it's about. They don't want you and me having options. As long as you have options, it's a problem. As long as you deep in the matrix and you're doing exactly what they want you to do, you'll never have a problem because you got your head down working. See, as long as you're working and you got your head down and you're not creating no problems by bucking the system, they love you. They only don't like you when you start to buck that system and you start to question it. Why does it have to be this way? Why this, why that? That's why. It's not an accident. All of this is on purpose. I keep telling you guys, all of it's on purpose. All of it's on purpose. They wanted Hispanic Americans to feel like that they were a part of white America, just so they can rip the rug out from up under them later. This is why you don't cozy up. You got to be careful because I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. Look, because you know how TikTok be. America has its exclusive clubs. And you don't get in those clubs just because you love the people who can. That's how I'm going to say that. You're not going to get in those exclusive clubs because you love people who can get in those clubs. You're still going to be on the outside. And hey, sassy, hey, beautiful. Y'all going to learn a valuable lesson. See, we've been here before. That's why it's important for Americans to know their history. This is why I was so upset at people wanting to go. We don't want to keep talking about old history. We need to move on because when you don't talk about it, you're going to do it again. That's why they don't want to talk about it, so that you would accept whatever they put in front of you. You don't know the history of your own country, so you think it's okay. Yep, Kanye said, yep. Back when Kanye was actually woke, he did say that. Now Kanye's a Trumper. But Kanye's a Trumper for a couple reasons. He's a Trumper because he's an anti-guy. He's going to always be anti-everything, right? Except when he decides you can be okay with it. He's just like Trump. He's a fucking narcissist. Okay? Okay? And he's rich. He's not one of us. Thank you so much, Delalu. Oh, and guess what came in the mail today, y'all? I told y'all the story is live. Listen. Yes, it did, honey. Listen. Now, when conservatives see me enjoy those tears, they'll be able to see this at the same time. The link is in my bio, Lori. When you go to my website, there's a link on the top bar that says shop. I was so happy to see it in the mail today. I said, oh, this is... Listen, do you understand how angry they're going to get? Listen. That damn black woman now, she's teasing me with drinking damn tea. She's teasing me. I'm going to report her to the TikToks for teasing me with tea. Okay, sir. Hey, Pockets, this is not a training ground for conservatives, beloved. Bye-bye. Go ask somebody who cares to educate you. I don't. Bye, beloved. We don't do that here. I told you I don't do... Oh, and this came in the mail today, too. Hold on, I got to stand up. Hey! I told y'all. That's in the story, too. I told y'all I ain't playing around. I've been letting ChatGPT coach me. And ChatGPT said, get your ass in gear, heifer. Okay. Listen. I've been doing the things I said I was going to do. I got that sticker done. The mugs done. The shirts done. I'm not playing, and I got more coming. Because until we wake everybody up, everybody got to wake the fuck up. Real talk, you got to wake up. This is out of control that we're at a point now that America has almost gotten... It's comfortable. Quiet as kept is, even though there are a lot of people who are upset about the migrant situation, and the migrant camps, there are a lot of people who don't give a damn. They're genuinely like, What's the problem? This is okay. No, it's not okay. It's okay until it's you and your family. Because see, when they're done with them, you think they're going to stop? No. No, that's the blueprint for everybody that comes after that. That's what that is. Hey, Lisa. Y'all going to learn. This is the blueprint. This is why who you vote for has consequences. Yep, you're right. You're right, Kiki. They're making money off of it, so they don't care. But MAGA ain't. Now, the powers that be that are a part of this, they are. MAGA ain't making money off of it because they're not the income that all of this was designed to protect. You see what I'm saying? They're going to lose more than liberals. We talked about this. They're going to lose more than liberal communities because they're depending more on services that the government provides that it will no longer provide. Now, I want to tell y'all something. I just saw an update. Now, y'all know about those storms in Texas. And y'all know I joke and I kid and stuff like that. I certainly don't want anybody to be hurt. But unfortunately, those storms in Texas did hurt people. Now they're complaining in Texas about that. Texas officials blast National Weather Service for faulty forecasts and deadly flood disaster. What did they expect to happen? All that funding got cut. Remember I told y'all that they was cutting the satellite feed from the Defense Department to feed the Hurricane Weather Service? Remember I said that? That was cut as of June 30th. Elections have fucking consequences. This is what it looks like when you sacrifice your safety, your peace of mind, communities, and families for rich people. They will not sacrifice for you. What did they expect to happen? Exactly. No more FEMA and NOAA. What did they think was going to happen? This is greatness they were telling you about when rich people watch you suffer. I told you your suffering's a part of the design. It's a feature. And it makes them a lot of money. Oh, I see them trying to talk about weather machines. You know why I laugh when they talk about weather machines, Orange? Because I go, if there were weather machines, if our government could just blast, this is my thing. If it was a weather machine, this is the question I got. How come Trump didn't stop it? Their administration is supposed to be so fucking tough, right? Trump is so tough. He's so powerful. He's so much better than everybody else. He couldn't stop a flood? He couldn't stop a hurricane. You mean to tell me that Trump didn't have a hookup with God to stop it from happening? No, you don't say. Exactly. Elections have consequences. Listen, while I feel for folks and their families, because I remember I told you those 20-something little girls from that girls' camp, oh, they didn't find them. You understand? They didn't find them. So I wonder if all those thoughts and prayers that they give everybody else, when there's a school pew pew and all that other stuff, I just wonder if now they're going to do the same thing. Uh-huh. Exactly. It's all fun and games until that shit is on your. You said it's 27 missing? That's insane. And you know why it's even the most insane? Because it doesn't have to happen. You pay taxes. That was my thing. You pay taxes. No one's talking about giving you your money back. Nobody. They're just rerouting your shit. After they lied to you months ago claiming Doge was going to send you a check. I told you then you weren't ever going to get a check. I told you you would come off better sending me money and me sending you nothing back. Because Elon wasn't sending you shit. Exactly. Ain't no stimulus checks. Quiet as kept, you ain't getting no stimulus because ain't no money for it. They burning through all of it with ice. I told y'all with that budget, they blew out the size of ice that it's bigger than like multiple government agencies combined. So they ain't gonna send you no stipend, no stimulus. That money is gonna go to continue to oppress people. And if you don't say anything, you don't do nothing, that's a problem. Like I know, like there's been this controversy on TikTok about content creators. There's some content creators that won't talk about it because they say they don't get political. I'm telling y'all, when they say that, they are political. They just told you when they say that. When that content creator says, I'm not political, they just told you who they were. This ain't politics. This ain't politics. So when you see that shit, they made a decision. I'm going to play the safe route, or which I think is safe, just to act like, it's like that meme. You know that meme that you see and stuff? That meme. And it's the dog in the room that's on fire, and he's like, nothing to see here. It's that same damn thing. It's the same fucking thing. Exactly that. No, you're not going to churn out content to me and act like I'm supposed to act like nothing's happening so you can show me the new bidet you bought. I don't give a fuck about that ultimately. Not that I can't walk and chew gum at the same time, but I'm not going to let you pretend that nothing's happening. But they will if you let them. Y'all better stop letting these people play in your face, because see, influencers and stuff got money too. They rich too. They got money too. A lot of them people got money too. Them people making $100 grand a month, $200 grand a month. Shit, they got money. They got long money. You making that type of money, you got long money. So don't for 1 second think that when they talk about, well, I don't want to get political, we know you just did. By not getting political, you just told me exactly who you are. Because there is no middle ground in this. You understand? We're talking about humanity. We're talking about people. We're talking about our country. I'm good on just pretending that nothing's happening. I won't be party to that. I let them do that. But I see that shit and I just be like, child, let's see how many people keep following that shit. Oh, I'm just here to do makeup and cupcakes. Okay. You said, what did Congress representatives get to sign on? I don't understand what you're talking about, Jane. What do you mean? Yeah, but pay attention to them content creators, because I peeped that game. Because they talk about every fucking thing else. They'll talk about everything else that's controversial. But when it gets to that shit, they ain't trying to touch that. Because they want to get money from both sides. No, you have to make a decision. You don't get to do that. My grandmother said if you straddle the fence, you get popped from both sides. So they have to make a decision. All of this, well, I'm not sure. You are sure. You know exactly what it is that you want to do and what you don't want to do. Don't let these people play in your face. Just like I tell you about the other rich people, I tell you about them too. Hey, Chi-Town. Hey, beautiful. What did Trump give them to sign? What did Trump give them to? Nothing, Jane. He didn't give MAGA anything. They just think they got something. You know what it is? I don't even think MAGA think they got something. What it is MAGA thinks that it hurts liberals more than it hurts them. And that is an indication of people not understanding the statistics. Because that's not true. You know what I mean? It's going to hurt more conservatives than liberals. And like I said this morning, what liberals need to do is band together and make co-ops where you barter and exchange things and work to help and lift each other up and replace the deficits of government. However, don't let conservatives into your circles. Do not let them in. There, no bartering with them, no exchanging with them, no none of that. Nope, you don't like socialism? Well, shit, you ain't gonna like it in our group either. Go on over to your group and y'all figure it out yourselves. But what you're not gonna do is come be a part of our group while you work to break up the very systems that had it in place to begin with. I'm telling you, leave their ass out and leave them to each other. They don't like hanging out with each other. Y'all ain't noticed that? They don't really like being with each other. It's not really fun being in an echo chamber when the echo chamber is full of assholes. You understand? That shit ain't fun. It kind of sucks when you're doing that, you know? And these people are mindful of that. They know it. So they're thinking about that. This is why they always want to be in liberal spaces. Real talk. So do the co-op, but don't let conservatives in. You told your MAGA dad to send back his social. Oh no, he's not gonna send that check back, because I can guarantee. I already know what he told you, Sarah. He gonna say he earned it. I can already tell you what your dad gonna say. He gonna say he earned that. That's his money. I'm so scared. I asked the good Lord to get me through this. I'm 67. I understand that you're scared, baby. What you got to do is, I don't know what state you live in, but look to local resources if you have them available. Oh, he not going, oh, I ain't surprised, Sarah, he didn't reply because he ain't going to send that damn money back. Every conservative in America is a damn socialist on the first of the month. Listen. Okay? They be just like fucking y'all know it's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up, catch your checks and come on. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Get up, get up, let that check not be in that bank account in the first of the month. Let them not get an increase like Social Security told them they were supposed to get. They on the damn phones, ringing the damn phones. They're socialists. They just forget after the first of the month. By the fifth of the month, all of a sudden, they're capitalists again. Chill by. Not with government money, you ain't. Him and his Dominican wife who just got their citizenship. Wow. And see, the problem with it is people think, and see, still again, he thinks she's safe. No, she not. Not no more. Not no more. They gonna learn. Heck, some MAGA people, their wives have been detained. Say it again, Ras. Most people are too poor to be capitalists. They don't even understand what capitalism is. They think capitalism is just buying shit. But that's on a smaller scale. Capitalists can buy everything to all be damn. It's a whole bunch of structures involved with it. And thank you, Living Life. She can be denaturalized, but people don't think about that. Oh, you know what it is? They won't do it to me. That's why so many people are surprised right now. Let's keep it all the way a buck. That's why so many people are surprised right now. Because they didn't think it would happen to them. What they say, wrong. Never say it can't happen to you. Because what do they say? If they'll do it with you, they'll do it to you, right? That's what I was raised to understand. That's what I was raised to understand. If they will do it with you, they will do it to you. And that's the bottom line. That's what I was taught. So that's why I look at this and I go, huh. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. That's what I said. It's a very serious lesson that's going to be learned. That is going to be learned the hard way. It's going to be learned the hard way. I'm looking to see any other updates here. Let me see what else is happening. So yeah, still the same thing about the Texas officials blaming Trump for results of a deadly storm. But again, I don't understand how they can blame Trump for anything. They voted for it. To blame him almost implies they had no part in it. That's not true. They voted for him. They got what they voted for, did they not? They were just cheering last week and the weeks before that and the weeks before that. All of a sudden now we're not cheering. Why? Because we feel it. No, you don't get to stop cheering now. I was just starting to have fun. And now the show's over already? Really? Hold on, I gotta get something. Hold on. Had to get my fan, y'all. Had to get my fan. Look, and as I'm sitting back down, look product placement, look. Listen. I need to stop. Let me stop. But listen. Is anyone in Texas upset with Trump? That's what the stories say. That's what the stories say. You saw that slow move. The stories say they're upset in Texas because they feel like they didn't get the alert so they could do the proper evacuations in time. But we told folks that when all of this stuff was happening. But rich people don't care about the National Weather Service. They don't give a shit. Because no matter what happens, they're going to be okay. So for me, my heart bleeds peanut butter. Texas voted for this shit. What do they want us to do? Feel sorry? Why should I feel sorry? I was also told not to have compassion and empathy. Remember, they said that shit was weak. Remember, they told us to have compassion and empathy is weak as shit. Okay, so then why y'all telling us? What you want us to do? Give money? Oh no, that's socialism. I can't give you money. Oh no. Giving away other people's money or my money to help you in your cause? That's not American according to conservatives. Yeah, they said all this shit. See, all of that shit sound real good until you need the system. That's why I said conservatives are going to have the worst time. And keep in mind, it's only July. It's the beginning of July. They ain't even got their hardcore summer weather yet. They ain't even hit yet. So what happens to the states that don't have the money to do it themselves? They're just fucked, but they voted for it. Oh yeah, conservatives are stealing our money. But see, conservatives, to me, been thieving for a minute. That's just my opinion. Yep, Kim, and hurricane season just started. And keep in mind, this was just the National Weather Service one in Texas they're complaining about. Remember, the Defense Department is no longer feeding data to the National Hurricane Service. That ended on June 30th. So, if you're in hurricane zones, it's up to your local government in hopes that they can get the information from somebody, because they damn sure ain't gonna get it from our federal government because it's not available. A hard lesson is going to be learned. Then, when their properties get all messed up due to weather, there's no disaster relief. You just fucked. But this is consequences of, what did I tell y'all? The best way to show people what they don't want is to give them exactly what they asked for. This is what they asked for. I told y'all conservatives are socialists. They won't realize that they're really socialists until they lose all that free shit they was getting. Okay, and keep in mind, it wasn't free shit. Because when your tax dollars pay for it, it ain't free. Because notice it's free when it's food subsidies for you. When it's housing for you, they call it free money. But when it's given to big businesses, it's called entitlements. You know, it's a bailout. We can't let them fail at all. Oh, I didn't even see Wesley. Look, let's drink to it. Bye. You'd think they would send a message out to all the others so they would learn, but they never do. They never do. Yeah, I didn't see Wesley because I was talking. Thank you for the follow, lovely. You know, so that's the thing that we didn't get here by accident. Folks asked, this is the America people asked for. They just weren't ready to get this America. No, what it was I thought the people I didn't like were going to get it. No. That's not how it works, baby. Because the people you voted for don't like your ass either, beloved. See, that's the thing. The people you voted for don't like you and they don't like me. The difference is I know they don't like me. So I know how to navigate. You think they like you. I know all of us, unfortunately, we've seen somebody that really liked people that didn't like them. And you saw how desperate that shit looked. You know what I mean? You looked at it, you like, that's some sucker shit. They're hanging out with these people, and these people don't even like them. They don't even like them. What is that about? You know? And that's why I say, I sit there and I go, y'all know I got one as I was talking. Bye, beloved. The merch is already dropped, beloved. It's in the store. Store is live. Just link in my bio. When you go to my website, it's a shop link up at the top. You got mugs and you got shirts for now. And I'm going to continue to add stuff. I got the stuff up that I got up because ChatGPT got in my ass and said, bitch, listen. That's why I told y'all use that AI, because that AI will get you out of your feelings and say the only reason why it told me you not doing anything because you trying to control your outcome. I apologize. Thank you, Hope. Yeah, check it out. I'm so excited. The mugs come in black, text and the blue text, and then same thing for the shirts. Same thing for the shirts. And I ordered mine a few days ago and got it pretty quickly, so I'm happy about that. You see, you saw that shot time? Oh, no shade, right? Listen. But people voted for this shit, so I don't feel sorry for them. At all. At all. I'm looking to see if anything else is happening. Let me see. I'm looking. I love it. I love when I see this shit on Reddit because I know it's full of shit and I love to call them out. They write, as a liberal, anti-Trump discourse on Reddit is so pervasive and annoying that it makes me want to side with Republicans. Shut the fuck up. You're a Republican. You're full of shit. You ain't say none of that shit on Reddit when it was all that anti-Biden discourse. You didn't say it makes me want to side with Democrats. Man, get the fuck out of here. People are so transparent and so fake and fucking phony. Stop it. Trump is 79, almost 80 fucking years old. The last thing he needs is y'all's protection on the fucking internet. And you said the Iran leader made an appearance? He did. What did he say? I'm just looking to see some other stuff. Now, listen to what Grok said, right? Grok, more AI, says, not my exact words, but close enough. Trump's NOAA cuts pushed the Musk Doge's slash funding 30% and staff 17%, underestimating rainfall by 50% and delaying alerts. This contributed to the floods, killing, unaliving 24 and 20 Camp Mystic girls. Facts over feelings. Grok.com. Wow. So due to Doge cutting funding and the staff cuts, they underestimated the rainfall by 50%. So any information they did provide was inaccurate. Election have consequences. You say living life, I'm doing videos on Big Beautiful Bill and the negative impacts. Good. Keep doing those videos. Keep doing them. We need that. And you said our Aaron Parnas had the interview on something. Oh, he did. Okay. Awesome. I'll have to check it out. And keep in mind, as much as I like Parnas, whatever his name is, y'all know who his daddy is, right? Okay. Just so that we clear. Just so that we're clear. I see what you said, living life. Just so that we clear a lot of times who people are. Yeah. His daddy's a Trumper. His daddy's left Parnas. So I pay attention to shit like that. No disrespect. Now, that doesn't mean his son isn't different. I won't imply that because I love Ron Reagan. Ron Reagan is nothing like his parents at all. Okay? At all. So just because your parents are these people doesn't necessarily mean you're those people too. I know it doesn't mean that, but I also keep my side eye open. Yeah, he reports because he knows he can and people trust him. But I didn't forget about the fact that I know who his daddy is. So that always has my antenna up like, you could be doing anything. Why you doing that? You know? You know? Because one of the things I know is that people love to get influence and then flip on you. Like, and once they get the influence and the leverage and all of that stuff, then they flip on you and become the opposite of what they were when you found them, you know? So that's why I'm like, you said he has a video about his dad. He seems pretty separated from him. Okay, that's fair. That's why I said just because that's his father doesn't mean he does what his father does. That's why I wanted to be clear about that. Because Ron Reagan ain't nothing like his mom and dad. He's his own person. He's not religious, any of those things. So that's why I said he may very well be nothing like his father. I'm just always conscious and mindful of it, though. Because the cynic in me is always like, what do they say? Trust but verify, right? So for me, that's what I always think. My mindset thinks like that. So I'm just, yeah. So that's the only reason why I said it. But I do watch him when he come across my timeline, but I don't go search for him though. Yeah, say it again, Shata, because that's possible. You can learn how to be a great parent from your parents, or you can also learn what not to be. Because you get the examples right in your face and you learn up front what you will be okay with and what you won't be okay with, what you will mimic and what you won't mimic. So that is fair. That's why I said he may be nothing like his dad. And that's possible because you're talking generationally, people being markedly different. Markedly different. Now, I introduced a new back room discussion. I call the Bliggity backroom discussion, and you guys can check it out on Patreon. But it's another tier that I have on Patreon where I'm having these other discussions that I cannot have on TikTok. I cannot have on YouTube because they will shut me down. That doesn't mean that these discussions aren't valid. Y'all know one particular discussion we can never have on TikTok because you're going to catch a strike. If you talk about a certain country, you're going to catch a strike every fucking time. I'm warning y'all, so y'all better stay away from them discussions. Trust me on this. Stay away. You'll get flagged to all be damned, or you'll get accused of misinformation. That's how I caught a flag before and got shut down on live for a week. So just as an aside, be careful. That one particular country can get you in a lots of trouble on this app. A lot. I can't speak for the I country. The I country will get you in trouble on here. You can't talk about that on here. Except the cosign. You say anything else, you are seen as spreading misinformation or nah. So there's some other discussions I'm going to be having on Patreon that I can't have nowhere else. Yeah, exactly, T. It's certain things you can't talk about. But that doesn't mean that those discussions don't need to happen. Because not being able to talk about the shit is why we can't change nothing. You know what I'm saying? You're in a position where it's like, oh, you can't say that. It's like, damn, well, what can we say? What can we say? Listen, Kim, listen. Kim said, in case y'all didn't know. Right, you can't speak the truth due to certain types of things that you want to talk about. You have to be mindful because when you don't own platforms, you have to play by their rules, y'all. That's the thing. You got to play by their rules when you don't own their platforms. And nobody wants to do anything to upset folks that they feel like they just don't want to upset. So I am mindful of that. But that's why when I was down for that whole week, they flagged me on misinformation for that. And I was like, nothing I said was a lie. Then I appealed it. And when I appealed it, I got a whole week. That's why sometimes I don't appeal. Because if you appeal, they'll slap you even harder. Like, you had the audacity to question our reprimand. You won't. I'm going to make sure your ass can't do nothing. Yup. That's it for you. The Chinese own the app. But I understand that it's a very delicate game that has to be played right now with our government. The funny thing is, Living Life, sometimes my appeals have worked. Like, for example, if we're in a live and somebody reports me and I get flagged and they take down my live, and if I appeal right away and I know for sure, like I didn't do shit. There have been times that they have approved me, and that's why you see me pop right back on live, because I put in an appeal right away. But then other times I put in an appeal, they no, and then they slap me even harder because I appealed it. So you really gotta pick your battles on that appeal thing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it'll get you in more trouble. It's like your parents. If you take the punishment, it's not that bad if you just take it and accept it, even if you didn't do nothing. But then if you decide to ask questions, you're going to get even more of a punishment because it's almost like defying authority kind of situation. So that's why I'm just, you You had a video flagged and appealed and it was overturned. Not even sure why. Yeah, like I had another video that I had did some time ago where I was talking about the president's age. And remember, I was talking about it fairly frequently. When I put up a video, TikTok flagged my video. So I took it down. They said it was bullying. They said it was bullying. What? I just said, okay. I left it alone. I didn't even try again. I kept the video. I had it, but I just never put it back on TikTok. Yeah, they flagged it as bullying. So that's why y'all see me stop doing videos about his age. Because they said it was bullying. That's what TikTok said. That I was bullying the president by continuing to talk about factual information like his age. What? You got a strike for that? And what was their reasoning, Dancer? Misinformation? Because I've also been flagged before with a video I did on misinformation. Know what I did? I appealed it and I put a link into the article. Them fuckers overturned their decision. Don't you dare say that. I don't like that shit. Oh, they didn't give you one. Oh, they just didn't like that you put it up then. But if I get flagged for misinformation, I'm quick to pull out an article. Because my thing is, I don't make a video about it if I haven't researched it. You understand? So if you tell me that I did misinformation, I got receipts. And I'm going to pull my receipts on your ass to say, then explain this shit here. Are they doing misinformation? Because I got it from a reputable news source. Because TikTok did that to me before and I appealed it and they reversed it. Oh, the strike still showed. Wow. Of course it did. You gotta love. Again, that's why I tell you, as much as I enjoy these platforms, right? As much as I enjoy the platforms, they're fun. I don't have a complaint about that. However, you are bound because it's not your platform. So just be mindful. It's not your platform. So that's why I started the back room, the Bliggity Block back room. Because in that space, I'm going to talk all the way unfiltered because I can. It's my space. It'll be available on Patreon. Now with that, you're going to get 3 voice notes a week where I'm talking raw, unfiltered. I'm talking about all types of stuff. Like that immigration post I did earlier today. I'm not even saying half the stuff I want to say because I can't. I know I can't. So I don't even waste my time. TikTok be looking at me like, bitch, we watching you. See? Right, Dancer. Then it comes out that Miami did cancel it. And now it's getting traction. But they accused you of lying when you were telling the truth. That's the thing. And see, the regular media, they're filtering their shit. They can only say what the big investors and their big bosses allow them to say. This is why all of the rest of us that are online doing this type of content are having so much traction. Because, why? Because for one specific reason, we don't have nobody standing over us telling us we can't say that. The only people who tell us we can't say it are the platforms we're on. That's where we have to get crafty about how we say things, or we got to move certain discussions to other platforms. Because if we don't do it, we won't get to talk about it. And that's the unfortunate part. Because just because you don't like the conversation don't mean it ain't true. You know? But I can have those conversations on Patreon. And I got something else to tell y'all too. I kept having discussions with ChatGPT and it told me not to do a morning show. It told me to stay my ass on TikTok and do my live shows on TikTok. Do some live shows on YouTube. Do not go to a morning show format because it's going to take away from the other things that I've been doing. I was like, oh, okay. You say, who do you rely on unbiased information? Well, Rosa, I'll tell you, it's not one thing. That's the thing. You don't get your news from one place. You got to get your news from a collection of places so that you can validate and see how, because depending on where you get your news, if you go to multiple places, you can see how very different they craft things. See, facts are still facts, but people can craft facts in a way that they don't come across as facts. Ground news is great. BBC News is great. What's the other one? Al Jazeera is great for getting some things from. NPR, yeah, is great. I'll use ABC and NBC, but it depends on the articles that are written. PBS, I said PBC, Lord have mercy. PBS, they're great. So it's not one place to get information. If I were you, because that's what I was taught growing up in school, when you were working on research papers and stuff like that, and we had to write those bibliographies for school, and you had to have an annotated bibliography, I just always remember we had to have multiple sources. So I still live in the same mindset of needing to have multiple sources. Because I remember growing up having to do that. Hey, how are you, beautiful? That's just what we had to do. You couldn't turn in a paper to school with one source. Your teacher would give you an F. They didn't care how damn good that paper was. You had to have multiple sources. Or your paper, you could forget it. You wasn't going to get nowhere with that paper with your teacher. I just know because I remember those days with my teachers. You had to have multiple sources. Yep, and they had to be credible. It couldn't be when my cousin Earl said F, you get an F on that paper. Because back then, them teachers would give out Fs like it wasn't nothing. And your mom and daddy could come up there if they want to. That teacher would still say, yeah, I gave them an F. Because they didn't follow the work the way I told them to, and they only gave me one source. I'm not going to pass your child more than I would pass anybody else's child if they didn't do the work. See, back then, teachers didn't give a fuck. They would fail your ass. But that was also because the administrators would back the teachers. Now, that isn't always the case, unfortunately. But that's also because the school board don't always back the administrators. So it's all interconnected. You see what I'm saying? It's all interconnected. But I remember those days. I remember days when your parents would come up to the school, spank you in front of your entire class. The teacher spank you. No, first your teacher spank you. Then your parent come up there and spank you in front of the whole class. Then when you get home, you get another spanking. I remember those days. Because back then, parents could give teachers permission to spank you. And it wasn't nothing but a problem. It wasn't nothing but a thing. And your teacher ain't had no problem spanking your ass. And you could run home and tell, Miss Johnson spanked me. Your mom be like, good. I told her to whoop your ass if you cut up in her classroom. Because I'm not going to be leaving my job to come down there every time you act a fool. I whoop your ass when you get back home. Listen. Oh, yours was the principal over the loudspeaker. Yeah, it was much different back then. It was different. Now, there's not enough of a partnership, I would say, with school and parents. It's like school versus parent. And it's unfortunate, but it has become that way. Because I know as a parent, I'm so glad I don't have any young children in school anymore. Because, honey, I gave them people the fucking business. I used to let them teachers know quick, listen, I don't know what other type of parents you're used to dealing with, but my husband and we are actively involved in what the hell happens with our children. So if there's an issue with our kids, you let us know. I check the online grading system every day. I check my emails every day. You got a problem with my kid, email me. Call me, trust me. I'll handle it. You ain't gonna have no more problems. I used to come sit in my kids' classrooms unannounced. That's back when parents could still go to the school unannounced. Now you can't really do that due to pew-pews. But back then you could. I would go sit in my child's classroom like, oh, you want to cut a fool? Fuck, I'll sit here with you all fucking day. I take the day the fuck off to sit here all day. I'll even make friends with your classmates. Hey, Keisha, girl, I like that top. Your hair is cute. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. See, I was the mama that the other kids liked. Oh, it's going fine. Thank you for asking, both sides. How is it going for you? Still poor? Bye. I love the people that think because I got a short haircut and they call me sir, I'm going to be upset. You should have called me sir due to my voice. I would have had more respect for that. Hell, I went and got a haircut this afternoon. Went with my husband to my husband's barber. I keep telling y'all I got a whole fucking man at home. I don't like girls. Not like that. Hell, I'm almost like a conservative male. When you think about it, I like boys too. Oh, you cut yours last week? Yeah, it's too hot for all that hair. Thank you. I'm like, yeah, I cut it off again because I'm like, listen. And then my husband's barber, he was like, you sure? Like how short you want it? I said, hey, bruh, listen. I want to do like y'all. You know, I said, now I know why y'all get your hair cut short like that. I said, because that feeling you get when you rub on the back of your head, like that bottom back of your head, and you feel that smoothness and you feel your hair in the way, that shit feels so good. Now I know why men love when women rub the back of their damn head. Now I know why they like that shit. Because before I never could get it. I was like, well, I don't understand why men like that. Until I rub the back of my own head. Now I be like, ooh, child, now I get it. Put him on and make him want to marry me. Look, I want to, listen, I be looking at my own hand like, girl, I love you, girl. Listen. It feels so good. I really like it. Now, as it gets closer to winter, I'll probably start growing it out more. To start, to have more hair as it get close to winter time. Because that cold hitting your scalp in the morning when I'm going to the gym about 4 in the morning. No, sir, no, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. That shit hit your scalp, it change your thoughts real quick. Okay? So as it gets close to winter, I'm going to grow it out a little more. Probably get some braids or something like that. Braid my hair or something. But for now, this is the business for summertime. No matter what anybody says. When summertime gets here, short hair is the best way to go. In my humble ass opinion. But that's just me. That's just me. But I'm going to be recording a new note for the talking about more in depth about this immigration thing, having the discussion that I cannot have on TikTok. So if you're interested in the all the way gutter, unfiltered conversation, okay, the all the way in unfiltered gutter conversation, check out the Patreon. The link's in my bio. That's that other tier. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a $49 tier. I'm not gonna lie. With that, you get the early access, the exclusive shows, the other exclusive content. There's a lot that comes with that. And we're going to do exclusive live events over there. That's why ChatGPT told me don't do no morning show. No. You're adding more things on that's not giving you more value. Give more value. Okay. And then it reminded me I had no job. Yeah, that part. Say it again. The best time for a close fade is during the summer months. Can I be honest? Part of me wanted to take it like all off because I've never been bald. But I don't want my husband to pass out. Chill. I remember when I had locks. I used to have locks all the way down to here. I grew them all the way. Now, they were probably down to here because I grew them all the way out. And I loved having locks. Locks were great. It was a wonderful journey. I had locks. How? I cut off all my hair. I let it grow in, and then I just started twisting it. And then I had locks, right? And I grew locks for several years. And I liked it. But after a while, that hair got too damn heavy. It was too damn hot all the time. I got sick of it. And I got tired of sitting on it, ripping locks out of the base of my scalp. So I cut it. I literally, one morning I woke up. I said, you know what? I'm cutting all this shit off. I left my house, walked down the street in the hood somewhere, went to an arbitrary barbershop and was like, I'm going to go in here. And I remember sitting in the chair and I said to the guy, cut it all off. And men are so apprehensive about cutting off a woman's hair when they say the shit. The guy said, what? I said, cut it all off. He said, no. Why would you want to do that? I said, because it's hot and I'm sick of it and it's heavy. Cut it all off. It's just hair. It grows back. Okay. What you want me to do with the locks? I don't give a shit. You can throw them in the trash for all I care. No. I'll take them. I know somebody that people do lock extension. Okay, I don't give a shit. I just don't want it. And cut that shit off. And then grew it all back later. Folks act like it's such a big deal. It's not. It's hair. And hell, if it don't grow back, it don't grow back. Guess what? Men don't care if you don't have hair. Hell, a lot of them are like, she has a head. So they don't care about that. Men don't care about that. Yeah, it grows back. And even if it didn't, men don't care. Just so y'all know, they don't care. Women, we created all that shit. They don't care. I saw two little people fighting earlier. And when I say little, they were tiny. And the woman was whooping her husband's ass. And then she was pregnant and fell up against the wall. Men don't care. I still don't know how I ran into that damn video. I was like, what the fuck am I looking at here? Okay, listen. But something, I just know that in order for a lot of things to change, we got to have a lot of uncomfortable discussions. And I know that people aren't ready for it yet. I just know that part. People aren't ready for it yet. And I'm looking to see what else, if anything else is happening. Now, apparently somebody from the White House is admitting that Trump's trade war is just for show. No shit, Sherlock. We're not getting nothing from that fucking trade war. Listen, hey, James, if only we could be so lucky that God was punishing red states for following false prophets. Republican Jesus, if you can hear my prayers, please tell your daddy to punish them. Because they do, you know how they usually say, they don't know what they do. Yes, they do, Lord. Punish them. You're right, Kim. It ain't God doing it, the punishment. It would be man. Yeah, it is funny how they act surprised like we don't know that Trump's trade war was for show. The problem is the countries that he's fucking with, they don't consider it for show. He's fucked up our trade relationships indefinitely. And I'm going to tell you who else fucked up our relationships with these other countries. Voters. Think about it. If I forgave you the first time when you fucked up, all right, maybe that was an anomaly, right? Maybe you just got a weak moment and you made a bad fucking decision, right? That's what the countries were thinking when we elected Trump the first time. And I say we, I mean America. I don't mean me. I didn't vote for his ass. Okay? But then you vote for him again? Oh, them people go, oh no, fuck that shit. That wasn't an accident. That's who the fuck you are. So now, since I know who the fuck you are, I'm going to move accordingly. Thank you for telling me. Thank you for showing it to me. You understand? So that's what these other countries are thinking. Oh, yeah, vengeful God does punish people. Yeah, vengeful God does. Now that I think about it, it does. Yes, it does. That's true. It does. But why we need somebody nice like Buttigieg next time? Gotta win these countries. Yeah, Buttigieg is a great candidate. I wanted Buttigieg from before. Quiet as kept, I wanted Buttigieg to be his vice presidential pick. Joe Biden when he ran. Not that I was against Kamala or anything like that, but I wanted Pete Buttigieg. Because I really liked Pete Buttigieg, and I still do. I still do love me some Pete Buttigieg. But I understand why he didn't get chosen. Because I think that the Biden administration didn't want the conversation to be about Pete Buttigieg's sexuality. Even though it shouldn't have been, because Pete is a veteran. He's a former a member of Congress. You understand? So it shouldn't have been at all, but I understand what was happening. Kamala was designed to get the female vote, black vote, but Joe was going to get the black vote anyway. He was going to get that anyway. Didn't really need Kamala to get that. But can I tell you, putting Kamala on the ticket turned off red pill black men. I said what I said. See, these are some of the conversations. I can't have this full conversation here. Some of the conversations I'm going to have in the back room. But some of them crashed the fuck out when Kamala Harris was listed as the vice president. And they ain't liked her ever since. And then she's president, runs for president. Oh, crash out. Crash out. See, a lot of times, certain toxic type of guys don't want to see that progress because in their minds, it's going to get other women to feel good about themselves. And God forbid you feel good about yourself without a man telling you that you should. It's only the toxic ones that act like that. All of them don't act that way. I'm not even going to imply that they all do, because they all don't. I'm just looking to see what else I see here. Oh my God. Somebody put up in a jobs forum on Reddit, right? They're looking for a job. They saw a job listing, right? For an escape room game master host, right? Guess what education level they want for that job? They want a master's degree. And guess how much they paying? $16 an hour part-time. Man, see, this is why. That's that bullshit. Who the fuck is going to go to college and get a master's degree to get a part-time job at a fucking escape room? Are you kidding me? You can't even pay your fucking student loan payment with that. That shit, that is disrespectful. You know what I mean? That's fucking disrespectful. A master's degree? Are you kidding me? Wow. Wow. Come on. You can't take these people seriously no more, man. You have to look at these motherfuckers and go, you can't be serious, right? You must be joking. You must be joking. I'm looking right at it. Talking about apply now. Shit. You said a warehouse in Georgia wanted bachelor's degrees. Yeah, because they're fucking nuts. Why would people with bachelor's degrees come work in the warehouse? If they're in the warehouse, it's because something else is wrong with the job market. You went to get the bachelor's degree so your ass wouldn't have to work at the warehouse. Because if you're going to end up at the warehouse anyway, what's the point of going to the college and racking up that fucking debt? You know, you understand what I'm saying? That don't even make sense. That's crazy. That's why they can't fill these jobs. Yep, that's why American people are suffering. The wages are too low and it doesn't keep up with the cost of living. You're absolutely correct. But rich people want it that way. They purposely are keeping your wages low. What did I say this morning? Explain to me how a company that you work for, if you work hourly, they can pay you your hourly wages but let you work unlimited overtime. That means that they could pay you more all the time. They choose not to. It's cheaper to pay you the bare minimum than it is to pay you what you're worth. That's what it's about. Because it's not about doing the right thing. They could. They don't want to. They want to keep their costs low and their profits high. Yeah, and I'm looking. Now, I just saw something else. They say the one big beautiful bill, just so y'all know, and we talked about this the other day. The one big beautiful bill does not fully eliminate taxes on tips, overtime, or Social Security as claimed. It offers limited deductions with caps. $25,000 for tips, $12,500 for overtime, and it excludes high earners with no provision to remove taxes on Social Security. Yep, Trump lied. Republicans lied too. They got played again. Because understand what I said about that $25,000 on tips. That's designed to get you to report more of your fucking income. And trust and believe the IRS is going to go back and look at your past filings to see how big the discrepancy is. Because then they might that might trigger an audit for you. They know what they're doing. They played right in everybody's face again. That's why I was trying to tell people, most people are not going to benefit from this. And even if you could benefit from the taxes thing, that means you're not making no fucking money anyway. You're poor. They didn't change the fact that you're poor. You're still going to be poor. They just gave you another route to put your money upside the government to give you some help. But in order to do that, you're going to have to report more of your earnings, which means you can't hide anymore. The rich people can hide. You can't. This is what I've been trying to tell folks. They got played again. Wow. I didn't know that the railroad industry, if you work in railroad industry, you don't get Social Security. They have their own railroad retirement plan that is tier one, it has tiers to it. I had no idea. I just read that. I didn't even realize that. They don't get tips and they're exempt from overtime. And they're exempt from the overtime tax rule and they don't get Social Security. I had no idea. That's good for them. You're absolutely correct. They're actually in a much more safer situation because they don't have to have government playing that game with them. Because one thing government's gonna always do, they're gonna always protect the railroads. I'm just telling y'all, they will always protect railroads. And one of the reasons why they will always protect railroads is because so many of our goods, y'all may think so many goods get moved by road and by air, but the good old railroad is still how so much stuff gets moved, especially hazardous materials. So the railroad industry, Congress gonna make sure they're good. Just so you know, Congress gonna always make sure they're good. Oh, your brother works for Amtrak. Yeah, they're gonna always be good because they're an essential utility. They move a lot of stuff. So it's to government's benefit to make sure the railroads are always operable, because when they're not, goods can't move. The goods move around constantly on railroads. Okay, so getting Social Security would be considered double dipping. That makes sense. Yeah, because I'm looking, that's wild. Damn, I should have went into railroads. Listen, Linda. That's another thing that I didn't know. Yeah, I'm just looking to see if there's anything else before we wrap up today. Okay, so here we go. Elon is up to it again. So there's this discussion that was happening on X. Elon says hitting the debt ceiling is the only thing that will actually force the government to cut waste and fraud. That's why the debt ceiling legislation exists. And then somebody says, well, maybe you shouldn't have taken the chainsaw on stage and acted a fool. Maybe you could have gotten more done if you weren't so worried about looking cool. Elon says, valid point. Malini gave me the chainsaw backstage and I ran with it, but in retrospect, it lacked empathy. Fuck you, Elon Musk. Fuck Elon Musk. Listen. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, bruh. It's only because now all the investment that he made in the Republican Party and Trump backfired. He didn't get nothing for it. And matter of fact, he's going to lose because of it. That's the only reason why he's saying it. Right now, he want to be our friend. Elon's not our friend, y'all. I'm not falling for that. Nope, we good. Yep, it bit him too, Rosa. And only because he got bit is he even saying anything. We good on that. You a grown-ass man, the owner of a multi-billion-dollar corporations and all this money. You mean to tell me somebody walks up to you backstage, passes you a chainsaw, and you ain't got enough common sense to know maybe it's not a good look to do that? Nope, no excuses. But I'm supposed to trust your thoughts and your decisions that when you were in Doge and the decisions that you made, but you couldn't even make a proper decision about that. Man, get out of here. Yeah, he can sit down. Ain't nobody interested in a third party because a third party is not the problem. A third party ain't the problem. The problem is the American voters don't hold the parties that they have accountable now. If the voters held the parties that they had accountable now, you'd actually have a government that worked for you. But what you do is you set it and forget it. You vote for people and you walk away. You go on with your life and go, well, they'll handle it. No, they won't. If you don't hold them to the fire and force them to do it, they won't handle it. They'll only do what's good for them. That's why I'm just like, wow. Wow. I'm just looking at other stuff to see if I see anything else. I'm just looking. Now, just so y'all know, with that bill, the GOP passed $975 billion in income tax breaks for the 1%. I'm going to say that one more time in case you didn't hear it. The GOP with that budget bill gave up $975 billion in income tax breaks for the 1%. The largest cut to food stamps happened in history. A $1 trillion cut to Medicaid, and many more acts of class warfare. Just so rich people could get richer. So I would say to you, when you see conservatives complaining, and especially when they're talking to you about it, and do all that other stuff and talk about it and have all these things to say about it, and they complain about it, you say, well, didn't you vote? Isn't that what you voted for? What are you complaining about? And don't say nothing else. Guarantee they won't say nothing else. They voted for it. Don't go back and forth with them. It's a waste of your time. You know, Elon is desperate, honey. He desperate. Oh, no, that's old. I was about to say, come on now. Oh my gosh, I just saw footage of our entire house that had people in it. The flooding is so bad in Texas, it picked the house up and moved the whole house intact. Oh, we got somebody. Bye. It moved the entire house intact. Imagine if those people would have had the proper warnings. Yep, it's doing Katrina type shit over there. The problem is, now remember, we still had the government when Katrina happened, remember. But George Bush was in charge of it. And at the time, George Bush had put one of his friends in charge, Michael Brown. And Michael Brown was a guy that dealt with horses. And he put that man in charge of FEMA. Hurricane Katrina happens. That man didn't know shit about disaster relief. He didn't know nothing about it. And it got so many people harmed and hurt and killed because he didn't know nothing. This time's 1,000. You ain't even got FEMA. They don't even have FEMA now. All they got is the state of Texas and whatever Texas decides to do for them. And what Republicans are going to find is, because your states don't like to charge income tax, you don't have enough revenue to do the shit. Trump knows this. He already knew it. He don't give a damn. Yep, Texas don't have income tax. Oh, a lot of Republican states don't have income tax. You don't have the revenue for disaster relief. You don't have enough income coming into that state for disaster mitigation, recovery, none of that. That's why you needed the feds. Oh, well. I mean, what are we supposed to do? I don't know what else to do but to laugh. Because there ain't nothing else I can really do. And apparently that camp that had the girls there, it was 750 girls at the camp. 20-something of the girls are still missing. So considering there were almost 800 young girls there, they did a very good job about getting those girls out of there, even not having all of the information that they needed. But that's wow. And the thing is, with conservatives, now something that I find ironic, they spent so much time saying you can't attack Trump that now that this has happened, they can't attack him either. It was like some type of girls' camp or something, Chi-Town, where girls were, and then this flash flood comes through. Yeah, Camp Mystic, that's what it was called. Lori mentions it there. But Republicans have said, don't question Trump. It's wrong to question Trump. It's rude. So don't doubt him. So now, Republicans can't do it either. They got to shut the fuck up and just take it. This is why you got to be mindful about what you say. When you put Trump in a position where he can't be questioned, he can't be challenged, he doesn't do nothing wrong, well, guess what? You don't get to complain either. So, this is sad, but they created it. Oh, and now the Trump administration has shut down the U.S. website on climate change. Because you know, climate change don't exist if you shut down the website. Child, I just look, honey. I just look. I'm like, okay. I don't know what you say to that. I don't know. And now they're saying 32 people are now confirmed dead in the Texas flood. And the search is still continuing for more missing people. So it's going to be a lot of people. It's going to be a lot of people. Oh, I'm at 40. Oh, thank you all so much. Oh, okay. As I'm wrapping up, anybody in here, do you guys shop on Etsy? Anybody shop on Etsy? Because I want to make it clear to you about they got some drama happening. Because I'm only mentioning it because I'm a chick that I would buy stuff from Etsy from time to time. It's been a while, but you can get some good stuff on there. Well, just to let y'all know, they're calling for a boycott of Etsy because Etsy is allowing people to sell alligator Alcatraz merchandise on their website. Not a good look, Etsy. Not a good look. Not a good look at all. You can allow people to have freedom of speech and all those things, but I wouldn't let people sell that stuff there. I wouldn't do it. They know what's gonna happen to Etsy? The same thing that happened to fucking Target. If they know what I know, they better shut it down. They better shut it down. Because my thing is this, once you allow that, again, you can just keep moving the line. Where does it stop? Yeah, that's crazy. Want me to tell you a place you can do a shop? I found a whole nother place. I don't know if you do t-shirts and stuff, but if you do other type of merchandise, especially print on demand stuff, look at Fourth Wall. You don't even have to pay. Look at Fourth Wall. You pay a small fee per transaction, but you don't pay to put nothing up. You know how on Etsy you got to pay for listings, you got to do this, but you can do digital and physical products with Fourth Wall. Oh, you're in T Republic. Okay, I've never tried them before. I used to try Shopify, but Shopify be wanting $30 a month out of your ass, whether you sell or not. Like, damn. So be mindful, y'all. If y'all shop on Etsy, they're calling for it. That's just, come on, Etsy. Y'all gotta do better. They gotta do better. Yeah, that's just, wow. Yeah, so, yeah. I had never, let me tell you where I found out about Fourth Wall. Chat GPT. I didn't know either. Chat GPT told me. I had no idea about it as an option. I'm telling you, the more and more I talk to this thing, it's been right. It's been helping me out. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Today, I've been all day talking to it today. Hold on, what's that last message that it gave me that made my ass laugh? It said, hold on, I gotta find it. Because I told it I did something. And it was like, okay. And it was talking to me like a good girlfriend, And I was like, oh, all right. I'm down with the get down. I'm down with the shits. Hold on, let me find it. Because I want to see, I'm going to tell y'all exactly what it said. Because it made me laugh my ass off. Because I was like, okay, I talked to you a little too much. Because now you talking to me like me. And that shit creepy. It's all the way creepy. Oh, let me find it for, because it was right. It was because I was doing this before I came to before I got ready to do the live. Hold on, where is it? Where is it? Okay, hold on. I gotta find it because I had given myself an email. Not an email. I had told it. Okay, scroll back up. Where is it at? Keep scrolling up. Keep scrolling up. Okay, that's not it. That's not it. Oh shit. I done had too many conversations because I don't even remember where this conversation falls at. But I know one of them here where it says, they started off saying, let's go with the fire emoji. And then it said, and then it told me my next steps. Like, I did this, and this that you told me to do. What I do next? And literally everything that it's been telling me to do today, I just been doing it. I just been doing it. So that's why y'all see some shifts and some changes, because it's telling me you working hard, but you ain't being smart about some of the things you're doing. And I needed to hear that because I wasn't paying for not one more coaching class, not one more fucking book, only for me to still be like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm supposed to do next. So I would suggest to you guys, use ChatGPT as a coach. I'm using it as a coach to help me have that collaboration so I can make decisions that make sense. Fuck, it even checked me earlier when I said, no, ChatGPT, I can't do that because it's no way I can make money doing that. You know what it said? It said, listen, you do know there's other people making money doing that do less than what you do. So why do you keep doing that? I was like, oh, well, listen, you don't have to be disrespectful and call me out. Make your content. I didn't get to the bookstore to get Dr. I'm going tomorrow. I got caught up. But I'm going to go tomorrow, though. Because I'm not going to... Look, I got to drive into town. I got to drive into town, Lori, to go to the bookstore. Because I'm not close to shit. But cows, cow shit, horses, pigs, and baby goats. So I gotta drive 15 minutes to get into town. Like they say. 15 minutes to get into town. And I've already been into town today and I ain't going back. You know how that, hey, Lord, you feel me? You know how that go. It's nothing worse than having to go into town when you've already been into town and you got to go back again. You like, this is some bullshit. I already been into this, what we call town or the city. And I don't want to go back there. Have you ever bought a whole... My family has. My family had bought whole cows and half cows. My uncle used to buy a whole cow and get it broken down and feed it to his dogs. Just so you know, down south, he used to have a deep freezer that was just for cows, cow meat. But you can go to your local butcher and buy a cow. You can buy a whole cow, get it butchered. You can buy a half cow. You can go in with people like the ideal thing, especially in this market of food being so expensive. You guys should put together money with your family. Put together money, buy a cow to be slaughtered by your butcher, and split the meat up amongst the family. That's the ideal way, because that's enough meat that the family can split all that up and have that and then some. I live around the corner from 2 butchers. So, yeah, that's what your family... And if your family don't want to do it living life, do it with friends. Do it with friends. Don't wait for it, because sometimes families will be the slowest ones. Sometimes family members can be hating ass haters, you know, or they drag their feet. Well, I can't grow a cow, Ross. Listen, I can grow a lot of things, but I've yet to see seeds for cows. I am growing my own food, though. Once you do it, then they want... Yeah, once you do it, then they want to do it. But don't wait on them. Check with friends. Check with friends. That's what I would do. If family dragging their feet, check with friends. Because then once you do it, then they want to get... People see... A lot of people don't believe you're going to do it either. Y'all got to understand. When people delay, they think you won't do it. Just do it. Just do it. Fuck them people. And contact the butcher. You may be able to buy... It may be other people that want to buy, but they can't... They don't need a whole cow. And maybe... It's a shared purchase, and then they split the meat between the both of you, and you don't need to go to family or friends. Say it again. Sharing the DNA don't mean family. Say it again. I got a whole lot of family that I don't share no DNA with, and I got quite a bit of family that bit of people that I share DNA with that I don't consider family. And that's just the truth. Because you don't get to pick you don't get to pick your DNA, but you can pick your family. just so that we're clear. But I thank you all for joining me today. Look, we got up to 47,000 likes. Thank you all so much. That's what you talk about, engagement. Thank you so much for the engagement, the shares tonight. We've had a great conversation. We learned a lot of things. Like I told you guys, the Bliggity Block back room tier is open because I'm going to be having the even more in-depth, unfiltered conversations that frankly I cannot have on YouTube. I cannot have on TikTok because they don't allow it, especially about that one we talked about specifically. I can't talk about that here at all. I'll get in major trouble. So check it out via Patreon. Don't forget, I told you guys the store is open for business. Bliggity Block cups. Look, let me take this background off because I'm about sick of it blocking me because I'm trying to wrap up and it's getting on my nerves. And I'm catching a hot flash. There's too many things happening at one time in this life. It's just too many things happening. But anyway, like I was saying, you can get your Bliggity Block cups. It comes in red and black. No, Living Life. The only reason why I'm not doing the morning show because my manager that is ChatGPT said, no, it's going to be another thing that's going to stretch me out and it's going to impact the quality of everything else that I'm doing. Because it told me on YouTube, I still can't talk about the things that I want to talk about over there. No, I can't. I still can't. It's certain conversations I cannot have because of their terms of service. So it said if you want to talk about it, you got to take it to Patreon or your own server because otherwise they'll fuck you over. I got to reverse the graphics of the mugs. Hold on. Let me turn my camera around so y'all can see it without it being the way that it currently is so you can see how it really looks before we wrap up. Hold on. Look, I got to figure out how to do it again. Look, I'm all close, looking all down like, oh, shit. I hate everything. Okay, there it is. So that's the cup. And then I'll turn around. Oh, shit. What did I do? Okay. Hopefully you can see the shirt. I can't see the back camera, so I don't know what you can see, but that's the shirt. So, all right, let me get that back there. Yeah, so those are the things. Yeah, and the mug comes in black and it comes in red lettering as well. And I got some other stuff that's going to come, the catch it tees. I got a lot of sayings that I say up and through here that I'm like, and I'm doing a wake the fuck up shirt. It won't say fuck on it. It'll say wake the up. But folks got to wake up. Like, come on, folks, wake up. Yeah, it does come out normal when you do it that way. But thank you all. I thank you all so much for your support. I really, really do. Because honestly, I started off coming to TikTok. I was talking, doing lives, and frankly, it was just me sitting in the live for a while talking to myself. I had no problem. I just would do it because I talk out loud in the house to myself as it is. So I was doing it. Yeah, and I'm gonna do some catchy stuff too. And I laughed because I saw my girlfriend's video today on TikTok and she said, catch it. We talk so much. Look, she be saying it too. I can't help it. It's just a thing that I had started saying it. I had started saying that at work when I would catch shady shit at work. And I would say to my coworker, I'd be like, girl, catch it. Because we couldn't really talk about it. That would be my little thing to say to her, girl, catch it. And then she'd be like, you know how we do. When we want to have our little conversations and we don't want nobody to know, we like, catch it, girl. Okay. So, I thank you all so much. I want to thank you for your time, Lisa, because I appreciate it. You could be anywhere, but you come here, and I appreciate that, sister. I really, really do. I appreciate each and every one of you. Now, I'll tell you, sometimes y'all send me messages here on TikTok. If I don't get back to you right away, it's not personal. It's overwhelmed, trying to find everything where it is. And can I be honest? Sometimes I don't even be knowing that stuff there until I get to digging in certain areas. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even know this was over here. Because TikTok always changes shit or adding something or doing something. And I've run into it and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know I had this here. So I make it my business to try to respond as much as possible. I'm telling you, the easiest way to have conversations with me, comments are easy because I go through my comments as much as I can. And Patreon. Patreon, you can have conversations with there over there with me, and even if you're not in a paid tier. So that's even easier. I even set up a chat room over on Patreon. I don't think most people noticed it, but it's there for us to chat. I even put messages in there, but nobody chats back with me. Listen. But I don't think they know it's there because it's stuff everywhere, you know. So TikTok makes it a little. Plus, with TikTok, it's certain things you can't say. I got a flag on a comment I put on somebody else's post today. I was like, I ain't even appeal it. I just said, fuck it. That you can have it. Tap out. Fuck it, TikTok. I'm not saying nothing. I want to give a shout out to my top 5 gifters. Hey, Oscar. Number 1, beautiful. My dog is Charlie. Number 2, beautiful Kiana. Number 3, beautiful Lori. Number 4, beautiful Lisa. Salas. I want to make sure. I hope that I said your last name right, beautiful. Number 5, beautiful Kiki. Kiki, do you like what do you call that, anime? Because I see your icon. Do you like anime? And a special shout out to number 6, beautiful Kim. Thank you all so much. I thank you all for the gifts. Okay, I thank you all. Don't forget to check out that Straight No Chaser podcast. Okay, and don't forget, if you're ever looking for your merch, it's already there. Just check the link. I love you guys so much. I'm going to see you guys in the morning. Don't forget, if y'all didn't vote for the Sinners poll on Patreon, we got to select the date that we talk about Sinners. I'm watching Sinners tomorrow. So I'm ready to start chatting about that whenever you guys are ready, but we got to pick a date, and the poll closes on Tuesday. So please make sure you check out the poll on Patreon and select which date you want to discuss Sinners, because I can't wait to talk about Sinners. Oh, it's on Max already? Oh, awesome. Okay, I'll watch it that way then. Listen, I got to pay for that. Because there are ways I can watch it without. Oh, I ain't worried about it. I'll make sure I can get to watch it. But Sinners is the movie. The poll closes Tuesday. Check out the link in my bio to get to the Patreon to be able to take the poll, so we can decide the final date for the movie, and then we'll talk about it, okay? I love you guys. I want you to have a great and beautiful evening, and don't forget what I always told you. Don't let nobody live rent-free in your head. Don't feed the trolls, and you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.